Okay, I've got the breaker off now. I'm talking myself through this at the same time. Okay, I'm just gonna loosen this up with my pliers. Another reason why I got gloves on, and most of the time pliers have rubber handles. You probably want to set like that, but I've already determined the breaker and the dining room light went off too on the same one. That's off, so I know they're off. Okay, I'm gonna just remember where all these wires are right now. That these two were the ones that were screwed together.
Same circuit.
Okay, just remember everything as you go, step by step. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to turn the breaker back on. Okay, I've got the breaker back on. Now, basically I'm testing now what I want to find out which set of wires goes over to the electrical panel. At this point, I don't care about the light switch, do I? Because one set of these wires goes over to the light switch, one set of wires goes over to the light, and at this point, there's one light that was above the kitchen sink. You remember? That one, let's show you again. Get you panned out here. This is how they had it hooked up initially. They had a light fixture here, and that was it. Then later on, they took that same wire out of this junction box, and it went above the light, or it went above the kitchen sink there. Okay? So one of that wire there goes directly over to this junction box. Okay, with me so far? So we know there's 3 sets of wires in there. One set going back to the electrical panel or wherever this power goes. And this power, I know, feeds the TV in the living room. So we know this one set of these wires goes that direction over there, and then that power feeds this. Then from the TV it goes over to the breaker. Okay, so I only care about which black and white wire is hot. Alright, now here's my first black and white. I can see, remember we had these 2 wires screwed together, a white wire and a black wire. Okay, taking those off. I'm going to test this, and sure enough, look at that. There's the orange light. This is the hot set. Now if I put my wire tester over here, this should not be hot, and it's not. And this should not be hot, and it's not. Okay, because I know one of these sets of wires goes to the light switch, and one goes to the other light fixture. Okay?
And the fixture's on.
And so when I get up in the attic, I'm going to have to see which set of wires goes over to the light switch, aren't I? I've got to remember all this stuff. If you have to, you can take a picture of it with your phone. You can write it down, and we can actually put some masking tape on here or something so we know which ones go to the light switch, which ones go to the box, the hot wires, okay? However you need to do it, look up here in the junction box. When I crawl around up in the ceiling, I'm going to know which set is hot. Okay? Got to be careful with that, don't I? Okay, so for now, I know, again, this is the hot one, right? So I'm going to be careful with that. If I touch those 2 right now with my fingers, I get shocked. I don't want to do that.
No, it was turned off.
Okay, so before I do anything, I'm going to turn it back off. I'm going to turn it back off now, then I'm going to put the wire nuts on. Most electricians at this point, they've worked with this stuff, they'll just put the wire nuts on. But you're not an electrician, are you?
No.
So we're going to do it step by step, the safe way.